Okay, so this is a quick preamble to my video. It's a video about Fort Churchill, Nevada. It's a army base fort from the 1800s. Mainly it started out with the Indians attack the so-called Pyramid Lake War. It began in May 12th, 1860. White men who were living at Williams Station were said to have kidnapped two Indian girls prisoners. And then when they didn't release them, the Paiute Indians, which is the Nevada Indians, came and killed the white guys, burned the station down. Of course, this led to the locals there to gather a bunch of volunteers to chase down the Indians, and the Indians ambushed them in the river valley on the way to Pyramid Lake, and totally wiped out. Kicked the crap out of the white men. Then things later after that, so that was in May, and then by July they had and then June they had the second battle, it was called, and that's when they went out there and they killed a bunch of the Paiutes. And then in July, Joseph Stewart was an army guy, and he was told to establish a post on the Carson River, just July 1860. So it was, and they were allotted like $29,000 to build this fort. Well, it ended up costing a lot more than that, like $100,000 something, that time money, which you can imagine how much that is now. And it was built as a permanent installation. Adobe buildings were erected on stone foundations in the form of a square facing the central parade grounds. The fort was abandoned in 1869, and the Adobe buildings were auctioned for $750 in 1884. So the fort was only in use basically 10 years, pretty much, before it was abandoned. Then it changed hands and wasn't until in 1871 when it was closed. Basically, the state of Nevada did not want it, so they sold it for auction. It was sold to the Samuel Buckland, who was a rancher nearby there, and it was not until 1957 that the state gained title after the intervening 86 years, where it had been dismantled, torn apart, and all this other stuff that has supposedly happened. That's the narrative on the thing. So, of course, everything's going to be my opinion from here on out. And we're going to go walk around the place and get boots on the ground, see what it looks like. And just keep in mind, remember that it says it was Adobe structure and built to be permanent. And you'll see what I discovered walking around out there. And it's just like, the narrative is kind of a little bit odd, but like I said, this is my opinion of what it is. So let's go boots on the ground and see what we got going on here. It's way out there. The first thing you notice is the buildings are really old looking. Reading this, due to the structural integrity of the ruins and safety concerns, entering the buildings is prohibited. Freestanding trails, efforts are underway to restore ruins to a condition of structural safety and historic accuracy. Sure. The ruins. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the first thing I find here is this look on the ground, and I find this thing here. Pretty obvious what that is. I see another one here. Definitely. So they want you to believe that these things are made of Adobe or something like that, and they're definitely, that's red brick for sure right there. No doubt about it. And I see these things right here. These are these mounds. If you look on the Google Earth, it's got around the perimeter. There's a bunch of these. They were buildings or something. They are kind of, on Google Earth, they swear, but look, it's like a big mound of whatever there. And the sign back there says no digging. So yeah, I can't be doing no digging. So I'm gonna go out these other ones over here first. And come back to the big ones. Go this way. Down the trails. We're gonna get the park ranger to charge you $5 down here now. So they say that's the officers' quarters. How they can determine that, I have no idea, but help protect the resource by staying out of the ruins. I don't see how standing on that pile would do much damage to it, but okay. Yeah, that's the officers' quarters. And literally there's nothing there but a pile of dirt. So once you see these things, these were the 1870s is the story of these Fort Churchill. The place here after the there was an issue with the Paiutes, the Indians of Nevada, one of the main tribes of Nevada. They had a lot of issues with them not wanting to conform to the U.S. policies and whatnot, so they always were having fights for them, and the locals, townsfolk, farmers and whatever out at Buckland Station and stuff, which is a little bit further out in that direction. A bunch of people couldn't have more officers, of course, here. So they know everything where the officers were at. But they had the U.S. Army, U.S. Cavalry coming here and supposedly built this place in the 1870s. It was only used for 11 years, in the story they say, and then they took all the wood and anything that wasn't nailed down or whatever and moved on to another place. That's what the narrative says. So that is what it is. I'll go more into the narrative later on in the video here. I'm just going to mainly take pictures of what's out here and everything. These are very strange mounds. Down the trail here and go around. I said that one area we found those bricks. I bet you. What? I bet you there's bricks all up and through here, you know. I noticed they don't put any on these trail markers. These are just standard Nevada rocks. Rocks are everywhere out here. Another trail sort of right there, but they've got throwing a bunch of stuff all over it to kind of keep it going that way. It looks like it. And I know from Google Earth out here, there's more stuff out there. You can't see it. But if you walk out there, you will see it. And I'd love to be able to dig with a shovel. I bet you'd find all kinds of stuff. So we'll be good though. I don't need the Nevada Rangers can be dicks, so we don't want that. We'll play along. You see quite a bit of from here anyway. I mean, not much from see. So you see look at the brick. See the brick in there? Yep, it's been stuck out over or wherever they put over it, and there's definitely brick in there though. Definitely brick in there, and it's not all Adobe brick. There's real brick in there. They just cover it with this Adobe stuff, and look at the base there, foundation. That is all solid stuff right there. Solid rocks. This is kind of a concrete mixture. Definitely. I'm gonna walk up here just beside of it. A lot of weeds in there. Got the wood up on the doors. There's a big door too. Look how high that door is. That door is tall, man. That's not your standard size door. This is like it is kind of a kind of coming apart, but that's kind of like concrete, seems like. And that's definitely concrete down here. That is definitely a concrete mixture on that foundation, so. You see that? The mess hall. And how do they know what those things were? They have a map. Probably the map. We'll go in there's a museum up here. We'll go into look at the bricks on the side right there coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Those are definitely red bricks right there. That foundation. Structures. What I don't get about them, and this is my big complaint about these things, they're so they're trying to give the impression that they're like have rotted over age of time, everything been watered down. But look at that right there. See how that angle is built right there? That's not from erosion. The step down, you know, that's not erosion. That building is built that way. Just like that. That's not erosion on top of that building either. It's built that way. It's just not. That's making it look like the things are eroded and you know, there's a, you know, of course my theory is these are not what they say they are, and they're not the time period that they say they are either. Cause the construction is not. I mean, the angles on this one, and that wall there, and this is the height of the doors. Are, you know, look at this side. That side's got the walls all the way up to the top. This side is at that level with that doorway here. And then there's that's a weird little one, and they're like making you, if you look at it from a distance, it looks like they're missing pieces, but I don't think they're missing any pieces. I don't think they're eroded down. I think they're made this way. I mean, if you look at it, they look like they're made this way. There's that levels right here, all that brick. I mean, in this barracks, how's it a barrack? I don't know. Doesn't really make sense. No, it does not. I'm drawing on it from the sketch. I believe that's the mountain. It's in the sketch, that angle, maybe. I mean, the way the distance of it looks, I think it is. Let's see. It's got the wood in the top. See, there's another step downs on the top of that one there. Like the roofs would have been. You don't build a roof that has a gabled roof with that kind of angles on it on the walls. And there's another building. So they're saying that's a barracks, right? This one here, and then they're going to say this is a barracks too. So they're not even close to being the same type of thing. There's no. Where's the foundation? It's just a big puddle of, you know. That doesn't really make sense. That's to give the impression that it just melted down. You know, why that one melt and this one over here didn't? You know, and then there's not, in Nevada, it's not like there's a huge amount of rain, okay? This is a desert. So these things would last for quite a while out here even if they're made of mud, sand, or whatever. Just the facts of the matter here. I mean, and you know, it looks like there's been erosion to a certain extent, but the way that these angles are, that's not erosion. It's not. Just look at the way that wall comes down. Step, down. Very strange steps on it. This is a mess hall. That's the second. There's a mess hall back there too. So, I mean, mess halls you need. Here was another example of that. And this outer layer you can see is coming off of that. This is some kind of a polymer or geopolymer stuff right here. Is what that is. It's been put over the bricks. You see the bricks in there quite well. And this very strange. And we'll read this here and see what it says here. Living quarters for one company of approximately 100 men consisted of 3 buildings, 2 barracks, and a combined mess hall kitchen. By October 1860, 6 barracks were up, but only partially finished, and would remain this way for years. For the enlisted men, life at Fort Churchill was isolated and unpleasant. They lived in dirt-floored barracks, furnished with crude beds and chairs, ate a meager diet of beef, pork, salt pork, bread, and coffee, and performed manual labor for only $13 per month. Recreation was largely limited to fishing on the river, or drinking and playing cards at the post store or Buckland Station. And like I said, Buckland Station is up the road about a mile or so from here. So, and none of that really makes too much sense to me. You see the bricks all over this one. And next to this, probably this one right here. This consists of 3 buildings and a mess hall for each group of 100 men. So those, and it remained unfinished for years. I mean, how much more finishing can you do to these things, really? And this big open area part of the front of it, what was there? Was that wood put in there? And there what's in the windows? It looks like on the windows frames and stuff, there's not even really not even a frame. When you just put glass in there, it doesn't. That's not how you're going to build this thing. When you build put glass in, that's just the height of the doors too. It's just really crazy. Those are really tall, and so this is obviously different on this side than it is on that side. That wall, and then it's got this wood that's got to go in here or something, and it's I didn't know what else they put in other than the roof, of course. But I mean, I don't see anything just the way the roof would be attached, Other than I see one on a couple of the buildings. I've seen like a square towards the top, like where a roof beam or something might be placed, like an old Adobe style thing. But they're kind of out of place seemingly, They don't really look like they would go there. And there's another barrack. Shows the back. See the foundation is missing there. So just this corner wall is left of it, I guess. Yeah, this is the corner wall there. Is this barracks here? And it doesn't. Just looks like this melted. I don't think that weather would do this. The rain. Like I said, you look at these other buildings and the rain not doing it to these other buildings, but some of them are like this. That's a big pile of right there. It's very strange. I'm not seeing any more there. Right there too is another mess hall. So I mean, they're saying these are groups of, there'll be 3 buildings, so it'll be like 1, 2, probably further one there. And the mess hall, that one's totally gone. That one's like that one there that we were in, or looked at, I mean. Yeah, I'm suspicious of it. Yeah, you see that at the top, there's that one where like a beam would go into. You see, but it doesn't go all the way through. And then see on that one there, the board that's just a piece of wood just sticking in the side of it there. There's no hole in it for a thing. Not, and that you don't. And there's no on that one. But you don't build your whole roof off of one beam. That doesn't make very much sense at all. You're going to have more than you have a whole thing that goes across the top of those beams. And see, this doesn't look like it's the angle of that. I mean, it just doesn't seem like water did that over time. Because, like as I said, Nevada does not get a huge amount of rainfall, even in 100 years. It's 1860 to today. And it's getting up there, and I could buy the story of it being eroded if the buildings are older than 160 years or whatever it is, I would almost guarantee that they are. What's that I'm saying? Oh, it's saying rattlesnakes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's things around Nevada. I haven't seen too many of them, though. They may be found in this area. You know, they will not attack. But if disturbed or cornered, they will defend themselves. Give the distance safe respect. Well, you know, that's good advice. Don't mess with rattlesnakes. And I'm good on that. I'm not gonna mess with rattlesnakes, but I doubt we'll see a rattlesnake. It's getting cold, and they don't like cold, so. Pause this for a second while we go to these other buildings up here. Which I think is strange, though, is that they built these of the bricks, looks like red bricks under them. What's the purpose of stuccoing over it like that? Sort of that geopolymer that they put over it, so, to make them look like they're Adobe, like they're made just from mud. Because those red bricks were not mud bricks; they were red bricks. So I don't know. So I'm suspicious. See what else we could find here. Okay, so this is the drawing that's in the book I have of the interpretation drawings. That's American artist and cartographer, lithographer Grafton Tyler Brown. Look that person up. No known photographs of Fort Churchill from the period of operation exist today. Knowledge of the fort's physical aspects is limited to written description and one lithographic drawing. The drawing shown here depicts Adobe buildings, which we know they're not, arranged in a square around the parade ground. Notice the absence of defensive wall or barrier. Fort Churchill had no exterior wall since it was intended to be a regional base of operations and supply depot rather than a defensive post. So that's got to be that mountain behind there, right there. That's what I'm thinking. That's why they put the sign right here, so maybe they want to cross there. But all the landmarks don't really match up. I mean, what's that? Right there. Yeah, it's got to be that mountain, though. And what, you know, in 1860, supposedly when it was built, but there's no photographs of it. Well, we know they had photography in 1860 for sure, since they made sort of pictures of the posed pictures from the Civil War, which was 1861 to 1864. So, and they had photography before that, of course. So, why wouldn't there be a photograph of this place in operation, like they say? You know, that's no photograph. Because my theory would be because when they come across this place to photograph it, it looked like this. So kind of hard to fit the narrative if you have a picture that looks like this and you can't say we just built it, right? So that's how that works. Because the deterioration of this place is from the time that it was ages they're saying, it just doesn't add up to me. So this was supposedly a guard house. How they know that, I don't know, but I wanted to paint that wall inside there. Look how perfectly straight that is. And to say that, you know, the bricks are just nice and pristine. We're gonna walk around it. Right there, the bricks are just straight, and nice mortar lines and everything. But yeah, they got this stuff all over. What is the purpose of putting all this there? If you have the bricks, there's no reason to put this surfacing over it unless you're trying to make it a little extra. It's something it's not. If it's not, well, it's just plain foundation. Supposed to be 2 cells in there. Back part. One of those holes up there.
that's the guard house. I don't know what they're guarding from. I mean, that's the way that's a guard house is like really not the way you come in to get here. I mean, well, that's pretty weird, huh? I had a flash flood here. Definitely flash floods right here. Came through here. Kind of turned it into a very strange way it flowed through here. Pretty hard. That's what the desert does when it does flash floods. It's all barren all the way up there. That's weird. Almost like it's rock. It's polygonal. Very weird. That's like not normal mud. Oh, they had to put a culvert in here obviously because of making that. That happened. So they dug it here. I'd like to be the one digging that. If I found something. Powder magazine. That's an interesting one. Can really see a lot of that one there. Bricks down here. That's definitely a whole wall of bricks there. Right here. Yeah, look at that. That is 100% red brick. Ain't no doubt about that. That's what this place is made of. It's not Adobe. That's a whole pile of red bricks right there. So this wall got knocked down. Maybe it got undercut from the water or something. You can see there was definitely the water. But you see some of the, look at the base there, and the mortar and everything around that, and the foundation's on. I mean, I don't see the water taking it out like that. I just don't, you know. And you see the mortar here. Huh? Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, the wall. Wow, that's a good representation of the construction there. Those red bricks are pretty big. This is that's definitely mortar between the bricks there. And these bricks. And that's a brick. It's a really big brick, but it's a brick. And you see they put this stuff on the outside of the wall here. How deep it is. Yeah, there's more going on here than what they're saying, you know? That wall really fell down. Piece of wood in there. Those bricks kind of look a little different, though they're not exactly. There are red bricks, but those other ones, the big ones, might be some kind of a brick they made out here or something, maybe. Hard to say if they constructed these walls. It's a pretty thick wall. I can see the little bit of rain taking that down, so. And I never know. Always like everything else with these things, you know, you find more questions than answers. And everything else around here. There's a picnic area and stuff out there for people that want to come out here and do that kind of thing. And, you know, I used to come around here a lot of times when I was younger. It's really, the boots on the ground thing here is really close by, so let's see what this is. Here's just a path to walk up to, so why not? A bakery. Okay. So the bakery got shelled or something. Might lose the ground right there. You know, that's undeniably red brick everywhere in there. I wish I could find a whole one that's had a a stamp on it. But if that's the bakery, I mean, that's pretty damn small to be a bakery. I mean, what were they baking in there? There's not even a door to it. So, you know, there's no spot where there would be. I mean, why is this one? This is another thing. Is why is this one like this, looking totally wrecked, basically, and just it's undercut down there too, like the water's gone underneath it. But yeah, I wish I could find a name on one of these bricks. Wouldn't that be cool to find like a T-car or something? I don't see any full bricks that have any name on them, so not yet. Maybe we'll get lucky. And this had like a curvature to it too. This looks like a pillbox or something. Really, like a gunner position or something. You know, bakeries don't make sense to me. It's kind of nice to say, have a little cobblestone road here, brick road, all that. Pile of bricks over there. Yeah, I don't see it being no bakery. I don't know. Look at that pile of bricks right there. I wonder if I can have a look at it here. There's a lot of bricks. Oh, no. See no name, no name. Sure would like to see some with a name. But nope, I'm not seeing that. They're pretty. Some of the bricks look really good, but some of them look pretty not very high quality. But that being a bakery, I'm not buying that. Unless you're baking one pie or something. My kitchen's bigger than that, for gosh sake. Unless that's a stove and that an oven, you know, maybe that's what that was, an oven. It's not really a bakery, it's the oven for a bakery. That would seem more plausible. Say that. The big walk down through that thing you see that thing that this was a big open parade ground, I guess, in that depiction. These rocks are all like foundational rocks. Look how nice and look at the foundation on that one. I mean, they're nice and smooth and flat. Nice foundation. All fit together. Nice things. Nice and straight. Yeah. This building's in pretty good condition. Now look, oh okay. Now we got some wood in that one. Up there's some rafters. I guess they forgot to take those boards. This was the hospital. It's saying the hospital was distinctly L-shaped and included a kitchen, 3 small rooms, and a cellar. Where's the cellar at? The exact number of patients the hospital could accommodate is unknown. Well, okay. Based on limited records, it seems likely there were 20 or fewer patients at any one time. A staff of 1 post surgeon and 1 matron treated and nursed both soldiers and civilians. The post surgeon was also responsible for sanitation on the post, including garbage disposal and company kitchen inspections. So yeah, they had a health inspector apparently. I would like to see that basement. Yes, I would. So they built the foundation here, they dug a hole, had a basement, had a nurse and doctor in here. Okay. So let's say I don't know what that was. We gotta walk over that one, I guess. See what that one is. Now look at these holes down here at the bottom of that. What the heck are those? got through the, where like beam to go, maybe it was a deck out here or something like that, maybe, something. They put 3 beams in there. Because they're not roof beams, obviously. Unless it's a roof for a cellar that was right in that spot. I don't know. And that door, there's another doorway there. There's no steps up to it. That's what, 3 feet off the ground. Those are all 3 of them are doors, 4 of them right there. No steps to get to them. Unless those are windows, and those are pretty damn big windows. For 1861. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, we got this laundress's quarters. Army regulations allow for laundresses. This is the woman who lived in this 4-room structure provided essential back-breaking laundry service for the men at Fort Churchill, who valued spit and polish. The Army provided living quarters and a daily ration for each woman, while the soldiers themselves paid for laundry services. Laundresses were often the wives of enlisted men. When rising construction costs threatened to eliminate the laundresses' quarters at the fort, the soldiers united to prioritize completion of the building. Okay. Yeah. The U.S. government was paying for this. They're going to have a problem running out of money to build that. It'd be a fucking break. The narrative's just nonsense sometimes. I swear to God. Right? Fun. This is a subsistence storehouse, which pretty much looks like the barracks on the other side. This would be the same thing. You see that wall back there? The bricks on that wall. Some parts I just missed. And the doors, I mean, who needs a door that freaking tall? Why would you build a door that tall? Huh?
Narrow.
And it's very narrow, yeah. But for the height of it, it's just, that's like a good 8 feet, you know? Good 8 foot tall door. Look how high the foundation on that one is up. That's got a really tall foundation on it. Probably a wet basement in this one too. Looks like that door. It's pretty huge. Quartermaster storehouse. That door is massively huge. You could, I mean, if you're going to be bringing goods into it, I suppose that would make sense. The door on the other side is very large as well. But even the windows are. That one's actually got frame in it for the window, so I can see they put glass in that. But you know, a piece of glass that big, that's, you know, could be a challenge to make in those days. Seems like. Storehouses. Quartermasters and subsistence storehouses were deliberately situated near the commander's office and within view of the guardhouse to discourage thievery. Both storehouses were built with 20-inch thick Adobe walls, not Adobe, and included a finished office and large unfinished storeroom. The U.S. Army stored and distributed food and other equipment from these storehouses to troops at Fort Churchill and across northern Nevada. Yeah, again with the not Adobe. Okay. I don't know why they want to tell you that story when you're actually looking at stuff that are bricks. But whatever. Interesting. Keep pushing this narrative. In view of the guardhouse, the storehouses. I mean, the guardhouse is way over there. Way over there. So these are supposed to be the storehouses. I mean, and the view of the major or whatever, the doors and the windows and such. I don't think it'd be real hard to get without anything out there if you want to take it home with you. And see inside that, I've seen a couple of the other buildings on the lower part of the wall there. That must be the maybe floor joists went in those things. And those holes would be wood for the floors. And that would make sense. This is the commander's office. This two-room building served as the administrative headquarters. Before Churchill, though small, the office would have included everything necessary for the officer in charge to conduct business and communicate beyond the fort. The office served as a stop for the Pony Express and housed a telegraph to help spread news of major events across the country, including President Lincoln's election, the start of the Civil War, and Nevada statehood. Now see, that doesn't make sense if you read the narrative, because it said that this was built like after Lincoln's deal, or after they built the place, and he came in after Lincoln was already president. It was not built before then, according to, because it said 1860, right? So they was already building this place when Lincoln, before he was elected, but the narrative says they built the place to because of the Paiutes. Ruins the loop. When you use the word ruins, it makes me think of different things. The way that they look, the deterioration just does not line up with the dates. To me. Officers and their families lived in 6 1.5-story buildings made of Adobe walls, 20 inches thick, wide porches sheltered 3 sides of each building, and attached to the back was a woodshed and privy. No trampling through the weather for these officers. The first floor contained a parlor, 2 bedrooms, a dining room, and a kitchen with a cellar. Life at this post was far more pleasant than other, more isolated outpost officers considered Fort Churchill a luxury assignment. Well, on the other side, they said about the service people, the men, that it was a terrible place and they all have fishing, right? Sad. So which narrative is it? And this had a cellar too, so why would they need a cellar for a barracks? Well, that's true. True. Yeah, see that building right there, because it's got that edge around the top of it there. That one looks like one of the drawing. The only one I've seen so far that looks like one of the drawings with that, because it's got that lip around on the second floor. So these are 2-story buildings here that were taking a little more time building those ones. Obviously a wall missing right there. You can see the outlines of it. It's officers' quarters. Around this way on it. That one there is just completely tore up. Foundation's all broken apart and everything. That one was both the 2-story as well. So yeah, see that edge up there, that's the brickwork, and a small window on top there. They're pretty good size for officers. Luxury places is a good assignment, you know. Out in the middle of the desert, out in the middle of nowhere out here. Now, I suppose these would have looked half decent if they, with the red brick and all. Why, I guess that would be the cellar, that lower part right there. All filled in, of course, now. Oh, look at that round hole is right there. Deck thing, a part of it, maybe? Oh. It's got another lip up there. Love that too. So it's got that lip and that lip. I'll look on that map of that thing and see if I can match that up on there. It's got that lip and inside with this. Missing that piece right there, it seems. And the hole in this one, just like up there. Another building's got the hole right there. I don't know what that is about. And the boards up there. And they say they took all the wood, and that's why it looks like it does, but you know, it appears to be quite a bit of wood still there. Not quite a bit, but structural wood anyway. That whole piece, like, just fell off or something. I don't know. Yeah. This is more that weird flow from rain. I'm standing in the trail. I'm trying to obey their rules. Like I said, I probably would one there and just really get into them. But I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot to see in there. So now that's obviously something that they're preservation there, because you can see that wall's it's definitely got a big crack in it coming apart. So. I don't know why it'd be like that, but we'll look closer here and see. And where's the rest of these walls, you know? All the way around. It's all very, very low. Archaeological resources exist throughout this region. Do not excavate upon, remove, destroy, or deface any features of this area. Use designated trails, picnic area, and camping areas only. Archaeological resource area. So, archaeology for something that's 100 years old. Saying his skin was a lot darker than. So there's this model here. This is looking pretty cool. This is supposed to be the opposite quarters in the front here. And the barracks. Guardhouse back there. Bakery. Hospital. Laundress. With a little display here, for sure. Regiments, cavalry. Tents. Didn't explain those anywhere. This is wow, that wagon is, that's something to that. Huh? Cherry animal, yeah, look at the weight of that thing. I can just imagine how heavy that thing is. Really. These must be some things I found here. There's a bayonet, shotgun guns. Some other interesting papers here. So we have really good cursive. Yeah, there's probably stuff all over out there you can find. That's what I want to metal detector. Definitely find some stuff out there. Spit and polish in the desert. Okay. Toaster, eating utensils, cup, canteen, pot, hook, solder, a pallet. Oh, those are things on solder right here. Those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that metal.
Mm-hmm.
And that wagon is something to say there, huh? Nice right there. Staff storage. Now this is telling us that this is where they take it all apart. Look at the way that these windows are in here. After it cost, what did it say, $100,000? They sold it for $750. That makes a lot of sense. Sold to Samuel Buckland. The only value the fort had to Buckland was the wood and a few other materials contained in the structure of the building. Some of the materials include windows, doors, winding staircases were used in building the historic Towel House on the Fernley Yarrington Road. Once the supporting timbers were removed, the walls began to fall into ruin. In the 1930s, the Civilian Conservation Corps, we've heard about them, was mobilized to reconstruct the fort and turn the area into a recreation facility. Millions of bricks were made and thousands of hours of work expended in an effort to save this historical building. The building's methods and architecture used during the restoration authentically represent the fort's original appearance. According to the best available information, the present park headquarters and visitors center is a duplicate of the original structure. Starting in 1931, Caesar chapter, the Daughters of the American Revolution, sued custodians. Fort deteriorated somewhat during the period following World War II, but increased interest in preserving the important legacy in Nevada history. Eventually, acquisition park in 1970. Okay, so they basically have ripped it apart, and that's all these bricks. And those bricks are larger than normal red bricks. And there was a crap load of them, honestly. And they took that's where the wood headers were at. And they made the wheels like that. And just piles of whatever that is. So they're telling you right here that this place, they basically rebuilt it. And so it's really what you say it was. It's like everything else, I tell you. Yeah, sign them out here. Sign it. Who was here?
Today's the 11th. What is today?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.